Imagine this. You've been working for a client for a few months and everything seems perfect until that email lands in your inbox. They are demanding a full refund and threatening to sue because they claim you didn't deliver what was promised. But wait, you had a contract, right? The question is now, will it actually protect you? Hello, entrepreneurs and future business owners. My name is Franzi. I am a lawyer with a PhD based in Switzerland, originally from Germany, and I am here to make legal protection easy for you and your business. I am going to share with you the three most typical mistakes, especially in contracts, if you are a coach or a consultant or a freelancer, doesn't matter, apply to all of you. And of course, I will also share how you can protect yourself against these mistakes. So let's start with mistake number one, having a vague service description. This is actually the number one mistake. Clients feel justified to get a refund from you because they have a false expectation of your service. So here is an example that could cost a freelancer a lot of money. A business coach promised in their marketing materials something like, I'll help you double your revenue, or I help you double your followers. So the client will take this literally when their revenue increased by, I don't know, let's say 30% after 6 months, and they demand a refund and want a compensation for, let's say, lost potential earnings. Then the problem is that your contract will not help you because you have exactly promised a specific result that you didn't deliver. So here is how you can fix that problem. Be as specific as possible. So let your client know exactly what service you will provide. Make a list of the specific services that are included and what deliverables the client can expect from you. And you can also list what's not included and especially what is the client's responsibility to get to the result that the client wishes for. So all that fancy marketing talk of I will help you improve blah 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 will not be part of your contract, please. So what can you say instead? You can say, instead of I'll help you improve your SEO, which is not specific at all, you can really discuss what does that mean. You can say I will perform keyword research for 10 target terms, optimize 5 existing web pages according to the current best practice, and provide a monthly written report tracking blah blah blah. That's super specific, that's very clear, you are all on the same page. Never make guarantees about specific result. Instead, say something like, while my strategies are designed to improve performance, results really depend on various factors, including market conditions and especially the client implementation. So the client is responsible to implement it, and also the competitive landscape that you can't influence. The second mistake is in close connection to the first one, because it is a problem if you don't have specific milestones. So if it's not clear when the service ends or when the service is actually delivered. So what would be an example? You deliver your work, you get a nice look, super good from your client, and weeks later, the client comes back with a big change request claiming they never specifically approved the final version, so your service has not ended. If you don't have specific milestones, and here is how you can create milestones. You can create specific acceptance framework where each project phase, but best would be if it also has a timeline, that would be perfect, is really listed out. So a detailed description together with a timeline, and then document everything. That's always important. I repeat that many times in all of my videos. And establish clear exit criteria that will really define what does done mean. So what's the quality standard and when is the time when the final responsibility is really transferred to the client. Mistake number 3 can probably cost you the most, so listen up. It is a lack of liability limitations. Without this protection, you could be legally responsible for every financial impact of any mistake that is in connection with your service. What's an example? So let's say a web designer built a beautiful website for a client. 2 months later, the client claimed they lost 50,000 in sales because there was a poor website performance during a big launch process. So they demand a compensation for all lost revenue, but that has nothing to do with the web design of the web designer that had a technical issue. But with no liability limitation, this freelancer will be faced with the potential, maybe even bankrupt claim. Here is how you can protect yourself against this. Add a liability limitation clause that limits your responsibility to cases such as gross negligence or intentional wrongdoing. Sorry. Then be careful that you limit only as much as is possible under the country-specific law where your business is based in. That is really important so the clause is effective, otherwise it will not protect you. Then an additional protection can be a cap of your maximum liability, maybe to the total amount of the specific project that your client will pay. You can exclude consequential damages like profits or business opportunities, and you can definitely consider, I would definitely suggest that you do that, a professional liability insurance as an additional protection, because that's normally not that expensive. So get one. Let's quickly summarize the 3 main contract mistakes that are: number 1, a vague service description that create unrealistic expectations, or maybe worst case, you guarantee something that you cannot influence. Number 2, no liability limitation, leaving you financially exposed. And number 3, no comprehensive milestone plan for your deliverables. And here is your homework for today. Take the next 10 minutes after you watch this video to review your current contract or your current terms and conditions and see how they address these 3 mistakes. And update it today so your client that signs tomorrow will not threaten your business and you will be legally protected. If you want to be 100% fully legally protected, of course, the only option for you is to get professional support. And if you want to get support by me, I'm happy to support you. Just send me a message or book your free initial call on my website. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. If you have any video ideas or recommendations what I could dive deeper into, please put it into the comments.